Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance sport. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. Today's explainer is designed to give you a really deep, structured look into the very heartbeat of our operations, human performance. We're going to analyze the core concepts that separate merely functioning hotels from truly exceptional world-class properties. So let's dive right in.
This program is built specifically for those of you seeking practical, real-world knowledge that directly aligns with modern, ultra-realistic hotel operations. You see, understanding the mechanics of a hotel, like the revenue systems or the property management software, well, that's only half the battle. Your professional growth and your future success as a leader hinges almost entirely on how well you understand, support, and elevate the people working alongside you. This explainer is going to bridge that gap between management theory and the actual everyday reality you'll face on the hotel floor.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the heart of hospitality, then formally define true employee engagement. After that, we'll distinguish engagement from everyday job satisfaction, explore our industry's unique challenges and opportunities, and finally, look closely at leadership and organizational culture. Okay, Section 1, the heart of hospitality, moving beyond transactions to real human connection. We absolutely must begin by recognizing that our industry is built entirely on emotional connections, not just service transactions.
Think about a guest walking into a grand lobby after a grueling 12-hour flight. The marble floors and crystal chandeliers might be stunning, but without that human element, a luxury hotel is literally just a very expensive, empty building. The guest will ultimately judge their stay and the hotel's luxury status based entirely on how the frontline staff make them feel in that very first moment. Our teams don't just perform tasks, they create experiences. The authenticity, the motivation, and the enthusiasm of your staff are the true architects of a guest's memory.
Picture the incredible contrast from the guest's perspective for a second. On one hand, you have engaged service, genuine warmth, proactive care when unexpected problems pop up, and a deep, visible pride in the work. On the other hand, you have disengaged service. Now, this employee might do the exact same physical tasks, checking the guest in, handing over the key, but it's just a mechanical, indifferent exchange. The service falls flat because there is absolutely no emotional investment. As future leaders, preventing that mechanical indifference is going to be your primary job.
Moving on to Section 2, defining true employee engagement and the depth of commitment. Before we can manage this concept, we need a rock-solid definition of what it actually is, moving past the typical corporate buzzwords.
This definition is absolutely critical. Employee engagement is the depth of an employee's emotional, cognitive, and behavioral commitment. It's not just about smiling because the employee handbook dictates it. No, it's a cognitive understanding of the hotel's big picture goals, an emotional connection to their colleagues, and a behavioral drive to give their absolute best effort every single day. It's a profound commitment to their role, to their team, and to the organization as a whole. It goes so far beyond simple rule compliance.
Now for Section 3, engagement versus job satisfaction. This is a crucial distinction. Here, we really need to tackle one of the most common and, frankly, most dangerous misconceptions in hospitality management. Let's break this down. Job satisfaction is entirely focused on passive elements, things like pay, working conditions, and benefits. The employee's state of mind? They're content. They might love their working hours, but being content definitely does not mean they are driven to deliver excellence. Employee engagement, however, focuses on an active desire to contribute, a strong, meaningful connection to leadership, and a clear pathway for growth. The engaged employee is deeply invested. You can easily have a staff member who is totally satisfied with their salary and their schedule, but if they feel undervalued by you as their leader, they're going to remain completely disengaged. Remember, satisfaction is passive, engagement is an active, durable drive.
Section 4, industry challenges and opportunities within the hospitality context. To lead effectively, you have to truly understand the grueling operational environment your teams are navigating every single day.
Think about the strain factors unique to our world. Irregular schedules and long hours often mean missing a best friend's wedding or a family dinner. But the heaviest burden? That's usually the emotional labor, the strict requirement to constantly project a positive, welcoming demeanor even when you are exhausted internally, all while managing incredibly high guest expectations. If an organization fails to support its staff, these daily challenges will rapidly, and I mean rapidly, drain their motivation.
But, and this is the absolute beauty of our industry, those strains are perfectly balanced by powerful opportunities, provided you manage them correctly. The hospitality environment offers incredible engagement drivers. You have the chance to have truly meaningful interactions with people from all over the globe. Think about the intense, bond-forming teamwork and camaraderie that happens behind the scenes during a crazy busy dinner service. And of course, the clear paths for career development. Organizations that understand these dynamics design their workflows to amplify these drivers, turning potential burnout into lasting, powerful motivation.
Which brings us to our final point, Section 5, Leadership and Organizational Culture, the manager's imperative. Everything we have discussed so far rests squarely on your shoulders.
Your future leadership behaviors will dictate the reality on the floor. Employees do not look to a corporate handbook for motivation. They look directly at you. In hotels, supervisors and department heads have constant, daily contact with their staff. Because of this extreme day-to-day proximity, your behavior is literally the most highly influential factor in their work life. You are their primary source of guidance, recognition, and support.
So, how do you actively build that vital trust? Well, it requires deliberate steps every single shift. Step 1. Maintain consistent communication. Let them know what's actually happening in the hotel. Step 2. Ensure complete fairness in scheduling and conflict resolution. Step 3. Show visible, genuine appreciation for their hard work. It sounds simple, right? But executing this consistently is a real challenge. And be warned, poor leadership practices, like playing favorites with the holiday schedule, will aggressively erode any baseline morale your team has built up.
Beyond your individual actions, there's the broader organizational culture. As highlighted heavily by institutions like Europe Hotel School London, cultural alignment is the absolute foundation of professional service behavior. When a culture truly values respect, continuous learning, and genuine inclusion, and when those values are clearly communicated and consistently practiced, employees are far more likely to feel aligned with the hotel's goals. They feel safe enough to invest themselves emotionally in their work, and creating that baseline of safety naturally dictates how their commitment is going to evolve over time. Engagement is never static. It fluctuates constantly. During a daily shift, massive workload fluctuations will drain energy. Over a week of operations, your leadership behavior, and whether or not you recognize their effort, will dictate their morale. And over an ongoing career, an employee's personal circumstances will inevitably shift their connection levels. You simply cannot set it and forget it when it comes to engagement. It requires continuous, active management, regular check-ins, and consistent feedback to sustain that connection over the long haul. I want to leave you with a vital paradigm shift. Understanding employee engagement is just the first step. When leaders truly recognize engagement as a core strategic priority, they make a fundamental change in perspective. You must move beyond viewing your employees merely as scheduled labor and begin treating them as indispensable partners in service excellence. That is the true secret to running a world-class hospitality operation. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a direct challenge to reflect on. As a future hospitality leader stepping into these ultra-realistic operational environments, what specific daily actions will you take to ensure your team feels like true partners rather than just labor? Think deeply about your communication, your fairness, and your appreciation, because your answer to that question will define your entire career. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to your continued growth in the hospitality industry.